Mornings, crypto family. Very touchy video this. So if easily offended, you kindly fuck off. Don't watch it. Yeah, like, welcome back to Love for Crypto, guys. I'm going in on this one. I'm Scott. Whether you're watching on IGTV, Facebook or YouTube, it is a pleasure to have you here, and it is about to pop off something rotten, yo. So we'll get a bit of mid brew and then we'll go in. Privacy versus security. Now, I'm not gonna go as far as chips in hands and shit. So chill your fucking beans, because you all get way too carried away when I start going on about chips in people's hands. But privacy and security, you're already tracked ridiculous amount through Google Maps, through Google Timeline, through Google Assistant microphone, through every microphone that every app that you're giving permission to your microphone. You're talking in front of Amazon Alexa. The CIA put $600 million in so they could listen to you. You put some. There is an extremely fine line between privacy and security, I've realised in the last couple of years. So everyone wants privacy, don't they? So I want my privacy. I want my privacy. I don't want I don't want him to know that. I don't want him to know this. I want my privacy. Fair enough. Fair enough. But do the government and authorities not deserve access, not require access, and not need access to some of your information to provide security for the rest of us? Now, a mobile phone's never going to be used in court as a tracker, and they're going to turn around and say, oh, my daughter got raped. Daughter got raped in a fucking alley last night, and I want Google to tell me whose phones was in that fucking alley. It's not going to do it, because it's just going to be like, oh, well, someone could have just took someone else's phone there, not necessarily him. So they can't use that little bit of tech. So, but we've all got KYC to fuck, and but they covered the face, no camera saw them, but she got raped. And there's just nothing you can do at times. It's just the way we live at the moment. It seems like there's no way out. Freezing funds. Freezing funds. Now, it's a weird one, that, because no one wants them to be able to freeze the funds, do they? You think you're like, what, you'll freeze my funds? Well, fuck that. Not freezing my funds, bruh. My fucking money, that. But then if them said funds were in Bitrue when it got attacked last week, and then they get sent over to another exchange, they got fucking froze because it was stolen funds. Now the ones that went to cold wallets, you can't freezing them. You're going to watch where they go after them wallets. No danger, and there'll be people on the back, and you'll have the authorities will be chasing them wallets now, trying to find out who the fuck it was, and there's gonna be no hiding, there's no transparency. But it might not have come up, but it was fucking Dave Jones from Openshaw, or it was Jimmy Smith from London. Do you know what I mean? It's not necessarily going to be a KYC'd wallet. But what happens in the future, in a little bit in the future, well, people are getting a little bit worried about some of the shit DLT's making capable now. Voting, for instance, everyone's worried about laws and that going on blockchains, whereas if you write a fucking law through consensus on DLT, and we all agree on it, and it goes on DLT, it goes on a smart contract, and that smart contract says that that law can't be changed unless a certain percentage of the network says they want to change it. What, are you that fucking stupid that you don't realise that's how laws are changed at the moment, but you don't have a fucking say? It's the House of Commons and House of Lords deciding and marking down and coming to consensus in the room instead of coming to consensus in the whole fucking country. Now, can you imagine in 10 or 15 years' time when all they're doing about new laws and shit is just introducing ideas? Do you want to do this, that, or that? And the people just start deciding through the phone then, voting on blockchain consensus and not just in a fucking room. Not going to a ballot and with your fucking pencil X. A fucking pencil, really? No. On the phone in the future, digital identity. So a digital ID on your fucking phone through the 5G network, it's just going to be pinging people and you'll be able to vote for that. You'll get more people who vote. So a bit of perspective on the voting. We had a local election here recently in Droylsden, where I live. So there's around 22,000 people on the population consensus, and there's about 16,000 of them will probably be adults. Looking at like 5,000 to 6,000 of them being kids. So out of the 16,000 to 17,000 people that are adults in Droylsden, 4,400 of them voted in a local election, and they're all on fucking Facebook moaning about the state of the fucking town, and they can't even be asked to walk to the ballot box. Lazy bastards. Within a generation of lazy motherfuckers now. I'm not even joking. But the next generation, you need to realise they're going to grow up with this tech. They're going to grow up with this tech. They're going to understand it way more than we do at the moment. I'm not saying we're not going to understand it with them by that time and be creating our own ledgers, but a 45-year-old who spent 10 years learning about DLT and finally manages to make his own personal fucking ledger is a little bit different than a fucking 16-year-old who makes one before they leave school. Do you know what I mean? They're on fucking Hyperledger or Ethereum making their own blockchain and token at 15 in 10 years. I can see it coming. I can fucking see it happening. A lot of people are fixated on the monetary system, on the financial system, on a global financial economy and the digital economy. They're talking to G20 at the moment and they're like, oh, the digital economy. In 20 years, every economy is going to be digital, so it'll just be the economy. You won't be saying it as the digital economy, it'll just be the global economy. All digital. All fucking digital. Now, it says to me, mate, voting, again on voting, privacy, security, like, do what you're fucking told, kind of thing for the government. For government, if it was on smart contracts on DLT, on blockchain, Article 50 for Brexit. So if we would have all voted on a blockchain for Article 50, 17 million people, it reaches consensus, so the algorithm starts putting it fucking through. They then all sign Article 50, and it has the laws and the rules of what it has to do on March the 29th, and it fucking would have done it like that, mate. There'd have been no fucking about, unless they went in with new consensus to change Article 50, but it would have been written that couldn't have been changed, that it should have been written, should I say, not would have been. It could have been, couldn't have been. I mean, there's going to be a fine line between privacy and security, and there's a fine line in the middle, and that's where they control us. There's a fine line between privacy and security. So, and with a freezing of funds and everything, it's like if a member of your family was murdered and the guy got away, it's like I can't freeze his funds because you didn't want your funds freezing. You wanted security over privacy, so he's got away, mate. Sorry. It's just something to think about, and I'm gonna do a lot longer video on it very, very soon. So something to think about, guys. There is an extremely fine line between privacy and security, and I'd like to know your thoughts on it in the comments. Nothing about the microchips and shit, just current tracking through Google, and then voting. And what do you feel blockchain means for voting and the changing of laws in the end? We're not going to get rid of banks, but there is a chance we can change the way governments work forever. Just think about that. It takes 10, 20, 30 years. The next generation of kids will have the power and they will have the tech. We love DLT, we love XRP, and we love you. Fuck yeah. Peace.